What I did before I changed my oil, that tire that was losing air in the back, I found a nail in that one, so I plugged it. Thankfully, it was in the middle of the tread on top of the tire. It's not a sidewall or anything, so a plug's sufficient for that. So did that. Loosen this control arm, the steering arm over here. Let me show you. It's a lot closer to straight now, and so is this one. I think if I would have drove it the way it was, it would have been all over the place, because that one was like cocked out pretty good. So just it's not perfect. I have to get an alignment done, but just for test purposes, I got the alignment a little bit closer. I put my clutch switch back in, kind of buttoned up the interior. I know everybody says it, and then I knew what was wrong with the clicking in the dash, that blend door actuator. I'm not worried about that. I want to move on. So I need to button up the backup camera, and I want to do a little bit of touch up on this bumper. So I'm gonna have to sand this a little bit and hit this with adhesive primer, but I think I can just touch this up a little bit in the bad places and make it look better. Like right there where I touched up, that, yeah, we're gonna spray and we're gonna make that look better. Along with down here, there, a lot of this, just a little, nothing crazy. I think before we do all that, I say we go to Mexico. I need to get some. We want to drive this thing. We want to see how it does. Make sure everything is good. Besides having to get an alignment, I want to make sure everything's good. It looks nice. That's a good thing. But who knows how it drives? It might be a piece of crap. So we're gonna find out. I'm gonna get this thing ready, and when I get to Mexico, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so nothing crazy right now. I need to go get gas in Mexico, and I'm gonna keep my eye on the coolant temperature for right now. I can tell you the clutch in this thing is touchy. This thing has to have an aftermarket one in it. Runs and drives pretty good. Just taking it easy, nothing crazy. I meant to bring my code scanner. Oh, I do have a code scanner with me. Steering wheel is definitely off, and we know we need an alignment. So the exhaust isn't too bad if you're just driving it easy. I noticed the boost is pretty happy. As soon as you put load on it, it starts gaining boost. But we're just gonna run this easy for a little while. Gearbox is very nice in this. Some time to run this. We're already up to about operating temperature. We have no vibrations or anything crazy, so that's good. As you can see, I mean, like, it wants to pull a little bit, but I'm glad that I did a little bit of an alignment. So that's nice. Boost gauge. Yeah, if I give it a little bit of gas, she wants to boost, like now. So yeah, it seems pretty decent. So let me ride this out a little bit. When I decide to give her a little bit, then we'll turn the camera back on. We definitely are getting pretty low on gas, so I'm working my way to get some gas. But there's a straight stretch up here, and we're gonna slow her down a little bit and see what she can do. We're gonna do a third gear roll. Actually, let's do a second gear. Yeah, she runs pretty dang good. Holy crap. I didn't run it up the red line, but it was at like about 15 pounds, 14 pounds, 15 pounds, which is pretty good. Yeah, you can definitely hear the supercharger when you get on her. Mexico got that good premium fuel. I had right below a quarter tank. Actually, that's not a quarter tank. I had right below an eighth of a tank, and it's probably 5 miles to here. We were on E. And our temperatures are staying about 170, 175, somewhere around there, which honestly I feel is a little cold, but I mean it is colder out right now, so I don't know, I guess we'll see if the temperatures get up there, but yeah, it's a little cold if you ask me. All right, so now since there's so many spots on this rear bumper that need touched up, I'm going to use my little touch-up gun here, and we're going to put adhesive primer on it, then shoot a base coat, and I don't have any more clear, but I got this single stage clear. I'll put a little bit of that in, might put some reducer in that, and see if it'll, take 400 grit to go over these areas. I already wiped them down. I just use Rust-Oleum wax and tar remover. I've had really good results. I've been using that. It's cheap. You get a lot of it. But yeah, wiped all these areas that are chipped down. We're going to hit it with the sandpaper. I'm not going to video that. I'll just show it to you when I'm done. And then we'll video me touching it up. Time to start drinking again. I can assure you, this was much worse than this looks. My hand, it doesn't look that bad. Look at this hand. Look at the floor and the cabinet. So I was taking this lid off to dump what was left in there because I poured too much in this. And didn't have a good hold on the gun, and when I let the lid loose, I dropped it. And it just smacked and threw every paint in my pants. Yeah, these workout pants are done for. Luckily, I was wearing my black Unrex sweatshirt, and I got it on my sleeve, but you can't tell. Anyways, I'm going to mix up some base coat, shoot over this. It's already looking a little bit better. I think that looks pretty good so far. Yes, it's a flat color, but we're going to go over that with base coat, and then we're going to go over it with a little bit of clear. So, I guess we'll see how this turns out. My new dilemma, okay? Put the backup camera in. It's all wired up. I don't have reverse lights. The car didn't have reverse lights. Apparently a common issue on these is the reverse switch, which is very easy to get to actually. It's right on top of the transmission, like right here. I just got to dig around in there. It might not be plugged in, but it's very common that they fail. And it's pretty cheap to replace, so I might just order one. And it's you just put a socket on it, twist it out, put a new one in, while you have it in fourth gear. I guess that's the trick to it. So maybe it's just unplugged. I don't know. Let me check it out. Well, here it is, and I took it apart and I cleaned it with brake cleaner, sprayed down in here. The plunger was a little sticky when I pulled it out. Now it's pretty smooth. The connector was pretty dirty. I cleaned that out, and it looks pretty good. And I put my ohm tester on here and checked it. And when I push it in just a little bit, it's getting connection now. So I don't know if it was just gunked up or what. I'm gonna throw this back in, and we're gonna see. I did not test it before I cleaned it, so it might still have been working. But being that this is a common problem, I don't mind, trying this out. So I'm going to throw it back in and see if I get reverse lights. Well, I'll be dang if that didn't fix it. I'm telling you what, I'll take a free fix any day. You can see the trunk back here. You can see the lights are on. And you can also see my backup camera works. I just guessed on the wiring. It's pretty close, I guess. Ta-da! Nice. Nice. What I did was look green and black, followed down here, found a green and black, wired it in, boom. That's it. That was it. It's just, that's all this is going to be green and black over here too. So the only other lights in here is going to be your trunk switch, your brake light, your third brake light right there. So I felt pretty confident with going. There was only 2 greens and several blacks, and I just figured I'd try her out. I guess that worked. So let me button this up, and we're done back here. Well, I'm gonna clean my little touch-up gun. Got the trunk all buttoned up, and I gotta get an alignment done on this thing yet, and I gotta button up the interior a little bit. I got the back seat. I never put the back seat back in. And I gotta really clean this thing. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna go to bed, go clean my paint gun. These little touch-up paint guns from Harbor Freight are actually half decent whenever you gotta do little jobs like that. I like it. Mine's customized with the splatter black paint. But yeah. I spent about 4 hours today cleaning this garage. I'm using one of my old cameras right now. It's been raining out all day. Left the Cobalt sit outside. I'm going to wash it now, and then I'm going to bring it back in. Good news is I brought my truck in here. I changed the oil. Lo and behold, the oil pressure is back to normal. So I guess once your oil degrades so far in those, they just don't want to build good enough pressure. So I'm relieved for that. I did add a little bit of Lucas, but it honestly didn't need it. My oil pressure at warm idle is like 35 to 38, and normal driving it's around 45 to 50, which is what it's supposed to be. So thank God I don't have to put an oil pump. I was like, seriously, I was ready to put a high pressure pump in that thing, but it doesn't need it. So thank God. Look, I actually have a kind of have a bench now you can sit down on. I need kind of swept off, but I still need to do a lot of cleaning in here, but I just, like, I went all out today. All my tools are, well, almost all my tools are put away. Everything I could put on shelves and put away, I did. It was a lot of work. Right in here, all this Cobalt stuff, man, that needs to go. I got a bike that I got to scrap, which, honestly, I don't know if I want to scrap it yet or not, because it's a good frame. Thought about just stripping it down to frame, maybe building one eventually, but I don't know. But it's nice and toasty in here, but I just turned the furnace off because we're going to wash the car, and it's kind of dark, and you guys love my car wash scenes, so let that beautiful footage roll. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode, and hopefully the end of this thing. I have a couple things I still have to do to button this thing up so it's legal. Window tint has to come off. I hate it, but it has to come off. The reverse switch decided that it didn't like my fix, and it's not working again. So I ordered one of those. They're actually cheap. It was 15 bucks. And I have to get an alignment this week. So alignment, window tint. I also had to clean the interior. Couple things. Gonna do it off camera, but we're gonna get it done. Thankfully, since the truck doesn't need an oil pump, we're probably gonna be jumping onto the Z for a little bit. I'm not gonna jump straight into another project. I want to get that thing to the point where I can send it for paint. Then we can start looking for projects after that. But until then, it's going to be Z content. Hopefully. Unless something else comes up. Hopefully it's going to be Z content. So if you like this video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing. Hit the bell so you get notifications. Hit that dislike button if your mom made sure to hit that bell so she got notifications. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Alright.
Trying to eat chips and edit in peace. Okay. Are we good now?
What are you doing? We gotta close out the video. Say bye-bye.